Never discuss these 12 subjects and be like a Stoic. Must watch. Stoicism. Silence is a source of great strength. Lao Tzu. Some conversations are best left unspoken, but there are certain topics that a true Stoic should never discuss openly. Throughout history, the rise and fall of great leaders and empires have often hinged on the discretion they practiced. Information, when shared unwisely, can be both a weapon and a vulnerability, capable of protecting or destroying us. The ancient Stoics mastered the art of silence and discernment, knowing that some subjects are too vital to be shared lightly. In this video, we'll explore the 12 subjects that a Stoic should always keep private. These topics are not just important, they are deeply interconnected and crucial to maintaining your inner peace and strength. Stay with us until the end to understand why these subjects are best left unspoken. Welcome to Stoic in Your Life. 1. The quiet conflicts you face. Every person you meet carries a universe of untold stories, woven from personal challenges and silent struggles. These internal battles, though often invisible, are incredibly powerful because they shape who we are and how we see the world. Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This profound truth speaks to the countless times we wrestle with our thoughts, bearing the weight of problems no one else knows about. Does this mean we should keep everything to ourselves? Not necessarily, but it does mean we need to be discerning about who we open up to and when. While many may listen, few truly understand. Sharing your struggles should be reserved for those who have earned your trust. In today's world, with social media at our fingertips, there's a constant push to live openly and share everything. However, there's immense strength in being selective about what you share. Some battles are best kept private, serving as a testament to your resilience, a personal badge of honor. It's natural to seek comfort from others, but remember that not every listener can truly grasp the depth of your experiences. Often the symphony of your struggles is best appreciated in the quiet sanctuaries of your own heart. The Stoics believe that true transformation often happens in silence. Let's consider a modern-day example. Think about a young professional named Alex who faces immense pressure at work. On the surface, Alex appears calm and composed, but internally they're struggling with self-doubt and anxiety about meeting expectations. Instead of broadcasting these feelings on social media, Alex chooses to confide in a close friend who understands the challenges of their career. This selective sharing not only strengthens their bond, but also helps Alex manage their stress more effectively. Alex's story illustrates the power of discerning communication and the importance of trusting the right people with your vulnerabilities. Reflect on your own life. Have you ever felt the urge to share your deepest struggles online only to hesitate? What made you pause? Perhaps it's the realization that not every platform or person is equipped to handle your truth. By keeping some battles private, you not only protect your inner world but also cultivate personal strength and resilience. The lesson here is clear. You don't need to share everything with everyone. Your silent battles are significant and contribute to your growth in ways that public validation cannot. Embrace the power of selective sharing and find solace in the quiet strength of your own resilience. The Stoics teach us that true courage and transformation often bloom in the unseen, uncelebrated moments of our lives. So next time you face a silent battle, remember that your reaction is what truly shapes you. Cherish the strength that comes from within, and let your silent struggles be a source of personal empowerment. The silent battles we face are integral to our personal development. They test our limits, forge our character, and ultimately define how we react to life's challenges. By being mindful of whom we share these struggles with, we can protect our inner sanctum and foster genuine growth. As you navigate through life's ebbs and flows, remember that your silent battles are not a sign of weakness but a testament to your enduring strength. Embrace them, learn from them, and let them guide you toward a life of resilience and wisdom. 2. The Murmurs of Uncertainty. Have you ever found yourself on the verge of making an important decision, only to be held back by a whispering voice inside your head that questions your abilities? These subtle whispers, "Am I good enough? What if I fail?" are like secret agents in your mind, working to keep you from reaching your true potential. It might seem natural to want to shout out these insecurities, seeking reassurance from others. However, a Stoic understands the importance of keeping these thoughts private until they can be fully understood and addressed. You might wonder why this is so important. According to Stoic wisdom, it's not external events that trouble you, but your own judgments about them. This means that the real challenge lies in how you interpret and respond to these inner voices. Sharing your doubts with the world can often lead to a flood of unsolicited advice, which can be more confusing than helpful. Instead of finding clarity, you might find yourself even more overwhelmed. So, what should you do? Consider a different approach. Engage with these whispers through introspection. Spend time alone with your thoughts, understanding where they come from and why they persist. Challenge these voices directly, reason with them, and seek to understand their origins. In today's world, where every feeling can quickly become a public spectacle, there is immense power in maintaining solitude, especially when dealing with self-doubt. These thoughts require your focused attention, not the distractions of external opinions. Think of it this way. If you had a leaky boat, wouldn't it be wiser to fix the leaks in private rather than inviting an audience to watch it sink? By addressing your doubts in solitude, you give yourself the space to heal and strengthen your resolve. This process can be transformative, turning self-doubt into self-assurance. The next time you find yourself doubting your abilities, remember the words of the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This quote emphasizes that true power lies within your control over your thoughts and reactions. By embracing this philosophy, you can transform moments of uncertainty into opportunities for growth. Now, let's dive deeper. Have you ever noticed how easily negative thoughts can spiral out of control when shared with others? It's almost as if they gain strength from the attention they receive. This is why a Stoic chooses to handle self-doubt privately. When you confront these thoughts alone, you can dissect them, understand their roots, and address them constructively. Imagine standing before a mirror, looking deeply into your own eyes and asking, "Why do I feel this way?" This simple act of self-inquiry can be incredibly powerful. It allows you to explore your fears without the influence of external judgments. It's a process that requires honesty and courage, but it's also deeply rewarding. By doing this, you create a safe space for self-discovery and growth. Another key aspect of Stoicism is understanding the impermanence of emotions. Feelings of self-doubt are not permanent fixtures in your mind. They are fleeting moments that can be managed and transformed. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This highlights the fact that our minds often exaggerate problems, making them seem larger than they really are. By taking a step back and examining your doubts objectively, you can see them for what they truly are, temporary challenges that can be overcome. This perspective shift can be incredibly liberating, freeing you from the grip of self-doubt and empowering you to take decisive action. Engaging with self-doubt privately also allows you to cultivate inner strength. When you learn to navigate these thoughts on your own, you build resilience and confidence. You become less reliant on external validation and more attuned to your own inner wisdom. This is a key tenet of Stoicism, the ability to remain steadfast and composed in the face of adversity. Now let's consider an open-ended question to reflect upon. How do you typically handle moments of self-doubt, and what steps can you take to engage with these feelings more constructively? This question invites you to think about your own experiences and explore new ways to apply Stoic principles in your life. Remember, the journey of self-discovery is ongoing. It requires patience, practice, and a willingness to face your inner fears. By adopting a Stoic approach to self-doubt, you can transform these whispers into powerful lessons that guide you towards greater self-awareness and inner peace. Dealing with self-doubt is an essential aspect of personal growth. A Stoic understands the importance of addressing these thoughts privately, using introspection to uncover their roots and transform them into strengths. By embracing solitude and focusing on inner dialogue, you can build resilience and confidence, turning moments of uncertainty into opportunities for growth. As you continue on your journey, remember the wisdom of the Stoics and the power you hold over your own mind. Use this knowledge to navigate life's challenges with grace and strength, always striving to become the best version of yourself. 3. Your prospective goals. In a world where every move is often scrutinized and every detail dissected, there's an immense power in embracing the silence and holding onto your future plans with quiet dignity. The weight of another's gaze, curious about your next move, can be a heavy burden, but it's also a source of strength if you learn to keep your aspirations close to your chest. Imagine your dreams, ambitions, and plans as sacred treasures meant to be cherished rather than shared at every dinner table conversation. By not revealing every detail, you maintain an element of mystery and unpredictability that can be profoundly empowering. We live in an era where oversharing has become the norm, yet there's an incredible strength in letting your actions speak louder than words. History is filled with tales of those who prematurely boasted about their plans, only to see them unravel. Napoleon Bonaparte, with his unmatched military genius, often broadcasted his strategies, which ultimately contributed to his downfall at the Battle of Waterloo. His overconfidence and public declarations were his Achilles' heel, a stark reminder that revealing too much can lead to one's undoing. On the other hand, business magnates like Howard Hughes were known for their secretive nature, keeping their ventures under wraps to stay ahead of competitors. This is a testament to the strategic advantage of discretion and the power of unpredictability. In our hyper-connected world, social media tempts us to announce every intention, every step we plan to take. Yet Stoicism teaches us the value of stepping back, of adopting a more measured approach. By keeping your future plans secret, you not only shield your ambitions from unnecessary scrutiny, but also grant yourself the flexibility to adapt and change without external pressures. As Seneca wisely said, "If a person doesn't know to which port they sail, no wind is favorable." This quote underscores the importance of setting your course, yet sharing it only when necessary, and often only with oneself. Holding your future close isn't a sign of fear or uncertainty. Rather, it's a profound understanding of the world's dynamics. You're not withholding your plans for the sake of secrecy. You're preserving the sanctity of your journey. This ensures that when the world does witness your steps, they are steadfast, deliberate, and always a step ahead. In modern life, this practice translates to maintaining control over your narrative, protecting your dreams from the volatility of external opinions, and navigating your path with the wisdom of a seasoned mariner who knows that some voyages are best undertaken with a silent compass. Embrace this Stoic principle, and let it guide you towards a life where your ambitions are protected, your actions are decisive, and your journey is a testament to the power of discretion and the strength found in silence. The wisdom of Marcus Aurelius further cements this approach. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This highlights how obstacles, including the pressure to divulge your plans, can be turned into strengths. By navigating these challenges with a Stoic mindset, you transform potential hindrances into powerful motivators, ensuring your path remains clear and focused. In today's fast-paced world, the art of keeping your plans close and letting your achievements speak for themselves is not just a strategy but a vital philosophy. It's about understanding that true power lies not in the noise we make, but in the quiet strength of our actions and the wisdom we carry in our hearts. Thank you for joining us in this video on the 12 subjects a Stoic never discusses. What do you think about the idea of avoiding these topics to live a more Stoic life? Have you tried applying any of these principles, and what has your experience been like? If you're not sure what to comment, You could share your thoughts on which subject you find most challenging to avoid discussing and why. Looking forward to reading your insights. 4. The Lure of Overindulgence. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to fall into the trap of seeking comfort in every aspect of life? It might seem harmless, but there's a profound wisdom in keeping our efforts to step outside this comfort zone a secret. When we constantly share our challenges and ventures beyond the norm, our intent can shift from personal growth to seeking validation and applause for our bravery. Yet, the Stoic approach is not about external recognition, it's about inner transformation. Think about the next time you decide to wake up an hour earlier to read a book or choose to walk in the rain, just to feel more connected to the world around you. Consider keeping these actions to yourself. This isn't a performance, it's a deeply personal journey. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, once posed a crucial question. Is it for the sake of appearances or genuine progress? This question invites us to reflect on our motives and reminds us that true growth comes from within, not from external praise. Historical figures like Alexander the Great, renowned for his incredible conquests, also understood this principle. Despite his access to unparalleled luxuries, he often chose to sleep on the ground and eat the same meager rations as his soldiers. This wasn't for show. It was a deliberate choice to keep himself grounded in the realities of life, preventing him from becoming lost in the haze of luxury and comfort. In our modern world, where comfort is just a click away, our battles may not be as grand as leading vast armies, but they are no less significant. Our daily challenges, whether big or small, shape us just as the wind and rain shape the mountains. It's in these quiet, unspoken struggles that we find and reconnect with the parts of ourselves that we often forget exist. Picture this: a successful professional, constantly praised for their achievements, decides to take up a new, challenging hobby like rock climbing. Instead of posting every climb on social media for likes and comments, they keep this endeavor private. Each climb becomes a personal victory, a quiet testament to their resilience and dedication. They do it not for the applause, but for the sheer joy of overcoming a challenge and for the growth it brings. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you embraced a challenge without seeking validation from others? How did it feel to achieve something solely for your own sense of accomplishment? By keeping our journeys into discomfort private, we allow ourselves to grow in ways that are truly meaningful and authentic. At the heart of this practice is a powerful lesson. While comfort can be a delightful part of life, it's those moments when we step into the unknown, when we push our boundaries quietly and without fanfare, that we truly grow. These secret ventures build our character, resilience, and self-awareness, shaping us into stronger, more capable individuals. So, the next time you find yourself tempted by the allure of comfort, remember the value of those secret strolls into the unfamiliar. Embrace the challenges quietly, for it is in these silent battles that we discover our true strength and potential. In the end, the journey towards inner growth and genuine progress is a deeply personal one, best undertaken with a sense of quiet determination and self-reflection. As we navigate our lives, let us strive to balance comfort with those secret challenges. Let's cherish the quiet victories and the lessons they bring, knowing that each step into discomfort is a step towards becoming our best selves. This, after all, is the essence of living like a Stoic in a world that often seeks the easy path. Keep your journey personal, your growth genuine, and your spirit resilient. 5. Your fragilities and shortcomings. Let's delve into a fundamental Stoic principle: keeping your vulnerabilities and weaknesses close to your chest. Just as every hero has an Achilles heel, each of us possesses our own set of vulnerabilities, those tender, raw parts of our psyche that deserve protection and respect. It's not about denying or hiding these weaknesses, but about treating them with the reverence they merit. Remember, man is affected not by events, but by the view he takes of them, as Epictetus wisely noted. It's our perspective on our vulnerabilities that truly matters, not the vulnerabilities themselves. Why should we embrace our vulnerabilities? They are markers of our past wounds, lessons learned, and even our fears of future battles. They are deeply personal, and revealing them too openly can expose us to external judgments, which can distort our own understanding and acceptance of them. By privately acknowledging these vulnerable points, we fortify ourselves, ensuring they aren't exploited or misunderstood. This private reflection gives us the opportunity to work on them, transforming our weak spots into areas of growth and resilience. Throughout history, many great figures have been acutely aware of their vulnerabilities, but chose to keep them close, using them as motivators rather than deterrents. Take Abraham Lincoln, for instance. He faced numerous failures and battled bouts of melancholy. Instead of publicizing these struggles, he internalized them, allowing them to shape his empathy and leadership. On the flip side, Julius Caesar's vulnerability was his trust in close allies, which ultimately led to his tragic end on the Ides of March. These historical episodes underscore the importance of recognizing our vulnerabilities, handling them with care, and ensuring they don't become our undoing. In today's world, oversharing has become the norm. The pressure to bare one's soul, to put everything out in the open, can be overwhelming. But there is power in selective silence. Recognize your vulnerabilities, cherish them, work on them, but don't feel obligated to lay them out for the world to dissect. It's perfectly okay to keep some pages of your book closed. After all, mysteries have their own allure, and sometimes strength lies in the chapters left unread. Now, let's think about this in the context of our daily lives. How often do we feel pressured to share our deepest fears and insecurities with others? Have you ever considered how this might affect your self-perception? Sharing every detail of your vulnerabilities might feel liberating momentarily, but it can also leave you exposed to misunderstandings and judgments. It's crucial to strike a balance between openness and privacy, ensuring that you protect the most intimate parts of your psyche. One way to approach this is by reflecting on the lessons from Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius, another pillar of Stoic philosophy, often wrote about the importance of self-reflection and maintaining a strong inner fortress. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, he asserted. This quote reminds us that true strength comes from within, and that we have control over our thoughts and perceptions, even if we can't control external events. Consider asking yourself, how can I embrace my vulnerabilities without feeling the need to expose them to others? How can I use my weaknesses as tools for personal growth rather than seeing them as flaws to be hidden? Reflecting on these questions can help you cultivate a more resilient mindset, one that aligns with the Stoic principles of inner strength and self-control. In practical terms, this might mean journaling your thoughts and feelings instead of sharing them on social media. It could involve speaking to a trusted friend or mentor about your vulnerabilities in a safe, confidential setting. Or it might mean simply acknowledging these parts of yourself in private and working on them quietly, without the need for external validation. There's also an aspect of emotional intelligence at play here. Being aware of your vulnerabilities and choosing how and when to share them is a sign of maturity and self-awareness. It's about knowing that you don't have to expose every part of yourself to be authentic. Authenticity doesn't require complete transparency. It requires honesty with yourself first and foremost. While the modern world may push you towards oversharing, embracing a Stoic approach to your vulnerabilities can lead to greater inner peace and strength. Recognize your weaknesses, but don't feel compelled to broadcast them. Work on them privately and use them as catalysts for growth and self-improvement. Remember, some pages of your book are meant to be read by you alone. In this selective silence lies a unique power and a profound strength that aligns with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. How will you choose to handle your vulnerabilities today? Will you let them define you, or will you use them as stepping stones to a stronger, more resilient self? 6. Your private complaints. Think about a world where every petty annoyance and grievance is aired without restraint, an endless cacophony of complaints and discontent. This isn't just hypothetical, it's the reality we often see around us. But what if we could approach our grievances differently, with a Stoic mindset that fosters inner peace and resilience? Now we're going to explore why discussing your personal grievances can be detrimental and how you can handle them like a true Stoic. As Seneca wisely said, "He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." Carrying grudges is often compared to drinking poison and expecting the other person to perish. It's a heavy burden that wears you down, a constant whisper that distracts you from more meaningful pursuits, and, more often than not, a futile endeavor. Embracing the Stoic approach of processing grievances internally can lead to inner equilibrium and self-mastery. By choosing not to voice every irritation, you cultivate an inner resilience, learning to manage problems internally without dissipating your energy outward. This aligns with Epictetus's reflection. It's not things that upset us, but our judgment about things. Think about it. When you share every annoyance or frustration, you perpetuate negativity and subtly seek validation for your feelings. By holding back and introspecting, you give yourself the opportunity to question, is this grievance valid? Can I control it? Should it affect my state of mind? This process often reveals that many grievances are transient and unworthy of our energy. For those that are valid, addressing them directly rather than merely discussing them can be far more satisfying and productive. Consider the tragic story of Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton. Their mutual animosity culminated in a deadly duel, the result of years of public and personal grievances. Both men paid dearly, Hamilton with his life and Burr with his reputation, followed by a life of melancholic reflection on his choices. Their story is a powerful reminder of the consequences of letting personal grievances dictate one's actions. In our fast-paced society, venting is often promoted as a form of therapy, but Stoicism offers a different path. It encourages us to address grievances internally, understand their roots, and act with wisdom rather than impulsiveness. When you feel that familiar sting of annoyance, pause, reflect, and ask yourself if voicing this grievance will change anything, or if it merely serves to stir the pot. Sometimes silence is the most powerful response, and peace the ultimate victory. As Marcus Aurelius advised, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Reflecting on personal grievances with a Stoic lens not only aids in maintaining tranquility, but also enhances self-awareness and emotional control. By not airing every complaint, you reserve your energy for more significant and constructive endeavors. This practice can be particularly powerful in modern life, where we're bombarded with stimuli that can easily trigger annoyance and frustration. Choosing to handle these triggers with composure rather than reaction helps us navigate our days with more grace and effectiveness. In essence, discussing personal grievances often leads to a cycle of negativity and validation seeking that can distract us from our true goals and values. Embracing a Stoic approach means recognizing the transient nature of most grievances and choosing to address valid issues with direct action rather than constant discussion. This approach not only fosters personal growth, but also contributes to a more harmonious and focused life. Remember, as the ancient Stoics taught, true power lies in mastering oneself, not in controlling external circumstances. By handling grievances with inner strength and wisdom, you embody the timeless principles of Stoicism, leading a life of purpose and tranquility. If you've made it this far, you're embracing the Stoic path. Drop a comment saying, "I am a Stoic learner," to show you're committed to this transformative journey. Stick around, the best insights are yet to come. 7. Your accomplishments and triumphs. Think about the last time you achieved something significant, something that made your heart swell with pride. Maybe it was a promotion, a personal project completed, or a new skill mastered. In today's world, the first instinct might be to share this moment with the world, posting it on social media for likes and comments. However, The Stoic path invites us to consider a different approach. Imagine the power of holding on to that accomplishment quietly, cherishing it within yourself rather than seeking external validation. When you appreciate your achievements internally, you cultivate a genuine, sustainable sense of fulfillment. This doesn't mean you shouldn't share your joy with loved ones. Rather, it's about being discerning and recognizing that not every victory needs an audience. There is a subtle but important difference between sharing joy and seeking validation. When you internalize your successes, you become self-reliant, drawing strength from within. This self-reliance acts as a shield, protecting you from the unpredictable nature of external praise and criticism. Consider the legend of Icarus who, though not a real historical figure, embodies a timeless lesson. Thrilled by his newfound ability to fly, Icarus ignored his father's warnings and soared too close to the sun. His waxen wings melted, and he fell into the sea. His downfall was not due to the act of flying, but rather his hubris, his need for recognition and pushing boundaries for the sake of pride. In the modern era, with its constant connectivity and social media, the temptation to broadcast our achievements is stronger than ever. But Stoicism teaches us to embrace success with humility, reinforcing its significance rather than diminishing it through public display. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly proud of an achievement? Not because others praised you, but because you knew, deep down, that you had accomplished something meaningful. That inner acknowledgement is far more powerful and enduring than any number of likes or comments. Let's consider a real-life example. Meet Sarah, a dedicated professional who recently completed a challenging certification. Instead of immediately posting about it on LinkedIn, she took a different route. Sarah spent a quiet evening reflecting on her journey, the late nights of studying, the sacrifices made, and the growth she experienced. She shared her success with a few close friends and family members who had supported her along the way. This inner celebration made the achievement feel more profound and personal. By choosing not to seek widespread validation, Sarah found deeper satisfaction and motivation to pursue her next goal. As you navigate your own achievements, take a moment to savor them privately. Feel the weight of your hard work and dedication. Ask yourself, do I need others to validate this for it to be real? How does this accomplishment make me feel about myself? By focusing on internal validation, you build a strong foundation of self-worth that is not easily shaken by the opinions of others. Moreover, sharing every success publicly can sometimes lead to unforeseen consequences. People may respond with envy, criticism, or attempts to undermine your achievements. By keeping certain victories to yourself, you protect them from external negativity and allow them to remain a pure source of personal pride and strength. The lesson here is clear. Cherish your accomplishments internally and be selective about whom you share them with. Embrace the Stoic principle of finding validation from within, fostering a self-reliance that shields you from the unpredictable tides of external approval. Next time you achieve something, take a moment to feel it deeply and decide thoughtfully whom to share it with. This approach not only reinforces the significance of your success but also helps you grow into a more resilient, self-assured individual. By holding your achievements close, you cultivate a sustainable source of motivation and pride that is truly your own. 8. The subtle yearnings of your soul. Have you ever encountered a seemingly insignificant moment that made your heart skip a beat? Perhaps it was a hidden dream, a simple wish to learn a new instrument, or a desire to dance in the rain. These small personal yearnings often remain mere whispers, easily drowned out by the noise of our daily lives. It's natural to want to share these fleeting moments, these tiny ambitions, with others. A little voice tells us, share it, and it becomes real. But does it? More often than not, voicing these dreams too soon might lead to them being crushed by the unsolicited opinions of others. Not everyone will understand why you want to play the ukulele or why you've suddenly taken up gardening, and that's perfectly fine. Imagine the wisdom of a silent Stoic philosopher, threading his thoughts through the centuries, who might say, dreams whispered to the heart are for the soul, not the crowd. Reflecting on history, the revered philosopher Socrates never wrote down his thoughts. Most of what we know about him comes from his student Plato. There's something profoundly intriguing here. The absence of Socrates' direct writings adds a layer of mystery to his true beliefs and personal desires. What little dreams did he nurture? We may never know, and that's the beauty of it. It serves as a powerful reminder that not everything needs to be exposed. Some treasures are best kept close to the chest. Take a moment today, in a world where everything is displayed, to savor the dreams you haven't yet shared. Let them grow in the silence of your heart. When they're strong enough to face the world, to withstand both applause and criticism, then perhaps let them out. Until then, guard them. They are your secret strength, your quiet song of hope. They are the magic waiting to unfold on your terms, at your pace. Consider Marcus Aurelius, who wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." How often do we let the quality of our thoughts be influenced by the opinions of others? When we expose our innermost desires too soon, we risk diluting their essence with external judgment. The pure joy of a hidden dream is a sanctuary from the chaos of the outside world. Picture holding onto a desire like a fragile piece of glass, polished by your thoughts and emotions, shielded from the harshness of external scrutiny. Reflecting on Epictetus, who taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In this vein, how do you react when someone tramples on your dreams? Do you retreat into a shell, or do you find a way to rebuild? The strength of a Stoic lies in resilience, in nurturing the eternal flame regardless of external storms. Your dreams, your quiet desires, are like seeds planted in the rich soil of your soul. They need time to take root, to grow strong before they are exposed to the world. Imagine a sculptor working tirelessly on a masterpiece, chipping away in silence. The process is slow, deliberate, and deeply personal. To unveil the work before it's ready would be to invite critique before it's time. Your dreams are no different. They require the same patience, the same careful nurturing. They need the silence to flourish, the solitude to mature. Reflect on Seneca's wisdom. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. In keeping your dreams close, you allow yourself to savor the present moment. Each step towards your desire becomes a journey in itself, a path paved with personal growth and quiet triumphs. You are not racing against time or seeking validation from others. You are simply enjoying the unfolding of your inner world, one serene moment at a time. What dreams have you hidden away, waiting for the right moment to reveal? How can you nurture them in the quiet spaces of your heart? Consider the power in holding something sacred, in cherishing a part of yourself that is untouched by the outside world. There is strength in secrecy, a kind of personal empowerment that comes from knowing you are the sole guardian of your deepest desires. In a society that often values visibility and validation, choosing to keep your dreams private can be a radical act of self-care. It's a declaration that your inner world is valuable, not for the approval it might garner, but for the simple joy it brings you. As you go through your day, take a moment to listen to the whispers of your heart. What are they telling you? How can you honor them in a way that respects their fragility and potential? Remember, not every dream needs an audience. Some are meant to be your secret strength, your quiet song of hope. They are the magic waiting to happen, on your terms, at your pace. Embrace the silence, and let your dreams grow in their own time, in their own way. As you do, you'll find a deeper connection to your true self, a serenity that comes from knowing you are the keeper of your own aspirations. What steps will you take today to protect and nurture the quiet desires of your heart? How will you ensure they remain a source of strength and inspiration in your life? Reflect on these questions, and let your journey unfold with the wisdom and grace of a true Stoic. 9. Your developmental milestones. In a world where the digital age urges us to constantly share every detail of our lives, understanding the value of silence and introspection becomes even more crucial. This concept resonates deeply with the Stoic philosophy, which teaches us the importance of focusing on our inner transformation without the need for external validation. Picture a caterpillar cocooning, undergoing a profound metamorphosis hidden from the world. If it felt compelled to announce each tiny change, not only would it be distracting, but it might also hinder its growth. Similarly, our personal progress is a treasure meant to resonate within us, rather than be displayed for all to see. Seneca, a revered Stoic philosopher, encapsulates this wisdom with his words, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." His focus is on the continuous journey of self-improvement rather than broadcasting every step of the way. In our current age where social media platforms push us to document every thought and achievement, it's easy to lose sight of the actual experience in the rush to share it. The act of sharing should come from a place of genuine connection, not a need for validation. Before posting, ask yourself, is this for validation or genuine connection? This reflective pause can make all the difference. Reflecting on Marcus Aurelius's words in Meditations, we find a grounding realization. The universe is transformation. Life is opinion. Transformation is a deeply personal journey, and opinions about it are numerous. As you navigate the waters of personal growth, sometimes rowing silently is more powerful than announcing every turn. Your evolved self, the destination of this transformative journey, will ultimately speak louder than any update could. In today's society, the pressure to share our personal milestones is immense. Yet, there is a profound sanctity in keeping the details of our personal growth to ourselves. Every stride we take towards bettering ourselves, every newfound understanding or self-realization, is a treasure. And like any treasure, its value often lies in its quiet impact on our lives. This isn't to suggest that we should never share our progress. On the contrary, sharing can be therapeutic and even motivational for others. However, the Stoics emphasize reflection over proclamation. By keeping our focus inward, we cultivate a richer, more meaningful journey of self-discovery. Living in a time where documenting life has almost become second nature, it's essential to revisit the teachings of the Stoics. Before we rush to tweet a thought, share a personal milestone on Instagram, or vlog about our inner struggles, we should pause. This pause allows us to reflect on our motives and the potential impact of our sharing. Is it for validation or genuine connection? Understanding this difference is crucial. Drawing from the Stoics once more, we find that the essence of our experiences often gets overshadowed by the act of sharing. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us that the universe is transformation, life is opinion. This profound statement highlights that transformation is a personal journey, one that doesn't necessarily require public acknowledgement. As you navigate the vast waters of personal growth, consider the power of silent progress. Sometimes it's more impactful to row quietly than to announce every turn. The journey itself, with its trials and triumphs, shapes who we become. Ultimately, the final destination, our evolved self, will speak louder than any update ever could. This quiet confidence, rooted in personal growth and self-realization, is the true essence of Stoic wisdom. Embracing this approach not only aligns with the teachings of the Stoics, but also enriches our modern lives, allowing us to experience the depth of our transformation fully. While sharing our personal progress can be beneficial, the Stoic philosophy teaches us the value of introspection and silent growth. Seneca's wisdom encourages us to keep learning how to live, focusing on the continuous journey rather than broadcasting every step. In the digital age, this message is more relevant than ever. By pausing to reflect on our motives before sharing, we ensure that our experiences remain meaningful and authentic. Marcus Aurelius's insight that the universe is transformation, life is opinion, reminds us that our personal journey is unique and doesn't require external validation. As we embrace the Stoic approach to personal growth, we find that our evolved selves will ultimately shine through, speaking louder than any social media update. Thank you for joining us in today's video. Before we move on to the next segment, I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude to you. It's a pleasure to have you as a member of our community. Please feel free to share your story or personal impressions. Alternatively, if you're unsure of what to say, simply leave a comment saying, "I am a newbie," if you've just joined us, or "I am Stoic," if you've been with us for a while. Your engagement not only signifies your presence, but also serves as a significant motivation for us. All right, let's continue this journey together, shall we? 10. The subtle fluctuations of your feelings. In life, emotions are as inevitable as the air we breathe. They color our existence with shades of joy, sorrow, love, anger, and a myriad of other feelings. Nowadays, it's almost second nature to broadcast these emotions to the world, thanks to social media platforms that thrive on real-time updates and constant sharing. Yet, there's an understated strength in embracing a bit of emotional restraint. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather understanding that they are profoundly personal and often too complex to be fully appreciated when shared impulsively. The external world isn't always kind to our raw emotions, and sometimes a bit of reflection can reveal nuances we might miss in the heat of the moment. Consider Marcus Aurelius, the famed Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor. His deeply emotional reflections were not meant for the public eye, but were personal notes to himself, now immortalized in his work, Meditations. These intimate thoughts weren't grand declarations, but private musings, intended for his own understanding and growth. This approach serves as a poignant lesson for us today. How often do we take a moment to truly understand our emotions before broadcasting them to the world? In an era that values instant reactions, we might overlook the wisdom found in allowing our feelings to settle first. Marcus Aurelius didn't rush to share his deepest thoughts. Instead, he let them mature in solitude. This practice allowed him to understand his emotions on a deeper level, transforming them into profound insights. Similarly, in our fast-paced world, pausing to sit with our emotions can lead to greater self-awareness and wisdom. Not every feeling needs to be immediately posted or tweeted. Some emotions, when given time, evolve into something more significant, or at least more comprehensible. Imagine this. You've had a tough day at work, and your initial impulse is to vent on social media. But instead, you decide to pause. You go for a walk, maybe jot down your thoughts in a private journal. The next day, your perspective might have shifted, your emotions might have settled, and what once felt urgent now seems less so. By giving your feelings space to breathe, you've allowed yourself to process them more fully, and perhaps you're able to share a more thoughtful reflection if you choose to share at all. This practice of emotional patience is not just about preventing oversharing, it's about personal growth. When we hold our emotions gently and allow them to unfold naturally, we gain deeper insights into ourselves and our reactions. It's about being mindful of the delicate balance between feeling and expressing. Some journeys are intensely personal and don't require an audience. They are best traveled alone, with the understanding that they are part of your unique path through life. Next time you feel a surge of emotion, try to give it some room to breathe. Let it sit with you for a while. Reflect on it, understand it, and decide if it truly needs to be shared. You might find that some emotions, once given the chance to mature, become more profound and less transient. They become part of your inner landscape, enriching your journey rather than simply being a fleeting moment broadcast to the world. The lesson here is clear. Not every emotion needs immediate expression. Like Marcus Aurelius, we can find strength and wisdom in holding some feelings close, allowing them to guide us quietly from within. This practice of mindful reflection is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, offering a pathway to deeper understanding and inner peace. So next time your emotions swell, consider holding them gently, Allow them to unfold at their own pace, revealing their true essence to you. After all, not every journey needs an audience. Some are best traveled solo, enriching your personal narrative and fostering a deeper connection with yourself. 11. Your philosophical debates. Now, I want to share a crucial insight about something that can significantly enhance your journey towards Stoic living. Imagine a life where you navigate through daily interactions without unnecessary conflicts or misunderstandings. Yes, it's possible, and one way to achieve this is by being mindful of the subjects you choose to discuss publicly. Let's delve into why certain topics are better kept private, and how this aligns with the wisdom of Stoicism. Consider the realm of philosophical debates. Engaging in these discussions can indeed be intellectually stimulating, offering profound insights into various aspects of life. However, sharing your personal philosophical debates in public can often lead to unnecessary conflict and misunderstanding. The Stoic approach, as taught by the great philosophers, emphasizes inner reflection and personal growth over the need to convince others or win arguments. Take the story of Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism. Zeno spent much of his life engaging in philosophical discussions in the Agora of Athens. Yet, despite his public discourse, he was known for his calm demeanor and preference for introspection over confrontation. His teachings encourage us to focus on our inner life and personal development rather than getting entangled in external debates. Marcus Aurelius, another renowned Stoic, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Reflecting on this, we understand that engaging in public debates often disrupts our inner tranquility and personal growth. In today's digital age, social media and public forums have become common battlegrounds for philosophical arguments. While it might be tempting to share your views and engage in debates, it's important to recognize that not every discussion will lead to mutual understanding or growth. Many online debates can become hostile and counterproductive, detracting from your own peace of mind and the essence of Stoic serenity. How many times have you felt frustrated after a heated online argument that led nowhere? Instead, let's adopt a Stoic approach by keeping our philosophical inquiries private. Use these moments of reflection to deepen your understanding and strengthen your personal beliefs. Engage in discussions with a trusted few who respect and understand your perspectives, creating a space for meaningful and constructive dialogue. Picture a modern philosopher, Emily, who enjoys exploring existential questions. Rather than posting her thoughts on social media, Emily keeps a private journal where she contemplates these ideas. She also participates in a small philosophy group that meets regularly for respectful and enriching discussions. This approach allows Emily to delve deeply into her philosophical inquiries without the distraction of external validation or conflict. Reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever found yourself frustrated or misunderstood after a public philosophical debate? What if you had kept those discussions private or limited them to trusted individuals? By doing so, you could have maintained a sense of inner peace and focused on personal growth rather than seeking external validation. This brings us to an essential Stoic lesson. Philosophical debates are valuable for self-discovery, but they don't always need a public platform. By keeping your inquiries private and engaging in thoughtful reflection, you can cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. This Stoic approach fosters inner tranquility and allows for genuine personal growth. As you navigate your philosophical journey, remember that true wisdom often lies in quiet contemplation rather than public discourse. Embrace the power of introspection and let your inner reflections guide you toward a more profound and peaceful understanding of life. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, wisely noted, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This continuous learning is best achieved through private reflection and constructive dialogue within a circle of trust. So, dear listener, I challenge you to reconsider the subjects you choose to discuss publicly. By embracing the Stoic practice of keeping your philosophical debates private, you will not only preserve your inner peace but also foster a more profound personal growth. How will you apply this Stoic wisdom in your daily life? Can you think of a recent debate that could have been more fruitful if kept private? Let these questions guide your reflection and help you navigate through life with the serene mind and resilient spirit of a true Stoic. 12. The echoes of regret. Regret is an intrinsic part of the human experience, a shadow that often follows us through life. These echoes of regret can be haunting, yet the way we handle them profoundly impacts our well-being. The teachings of Stoicism offer a profound approach to dealing with regret, advocating for acceptance of the past and focusing on the present and future, elements we can control. Reflecting on the wisdom of Seneca, what need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears, reminds us of the importance of accepting what has already transpired without letting it disturb our peace. In our modern society, there is a prevalent tendency to publicly share our regrets, seeking validation or sympathy. While sharing our experiences can be comforting and create a sense of community, constantly revisiting and discussing regrets can anchor us in the past. This prevents us from fully embracing the present and crafting a better future. Instead, adopting a Stoic approach means reflecting on past regrets privately, acknowledging mistakes, and understanding the lessons they offer. This method helps guide future actions without dwelling publicly on past missteps, allowing us to move forward with clarity and renewed purpose. Take the story of John, a man who regrets not pursuing his passion for painting earlier in life. Rather than lamenting his decisions on social media, John chooses to focus on the present. He enrolls in art classes and dedicates time each week to his passion. By keeping his regrets private and using them as motivation, John transforms his past disappointments into a source of inspiration. This approach exemplifies how we can turn regret into a catalyst for positive change by adopting a Stoic mindset. Reflecting on our own lives, we can see how carrying regrets can weigh us down. How might our perspectives change if we chose to keep these reflections private and use them as catalysts for positive change? By embracing a Stoic approach, we can free ourselves from the burden of past regrets and focus on the opportunities ahead. The lesson here is that while regret is a natural emotion, it should not dominate our lives. By accepting the past and focusing on the present, we can cultivate inner peace and resilience. The Stoics teach us that true strength comes from within. By keeping our regrets private, we harness this strength to create a better future. The power to shape your life lies in your hands. Embrace your past, learn from it, and then let it go. By doing so, you live a life guided by wisdom and tranquility, embodying the true essence of Stoic philosophy. Consider Marcus Aurelius's reflection. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This quote underscores the idea that obstacles, including our regrets, can become pathways to growth and improvement. By adopting this mindset, we transform our regrets into stepping stones for a more fulfilling life. In conclusion, dealing with regret the Stoic way means accepting it as part of life, reflecting on it privately, and using it as motivation for positive change. This approach allows us to move forward with a clear mind and a renewed sense of purpose. The Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control and to let go of what we cannot. By doing so, we cultivate inner peace and resilience, ultimately leading a life of wisdom and tranquility. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the 12 subjects a Stoic never discusses. Your engagement and support are the cornerstones that allow us to continue bringing enlightening content to every corner of the world. Every like, share, and comment helps us reach more individuals who are seeking wisdom and tranquility in their lives. If there's a topic or an idea you'd like to see explored further, please don't hesitate to drop it in the comments. Your suggestions are invaluable and fuel our mission to deliver even more profound insights and practical guidance. We strive to make each video a step forward in your Stoic journey, helping you apply these timeless principles to modern-day challenges. If you found value in today's content, please give us a like and share this video with others who might benefit from it. Also, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming videos. By subscribing, you're not just supporting the channel, you're joining a community of like-minded individuals dedicated to living a life of virtue, resilience, and inner peace. Let's keep the flame of Stoic wisdom burning bright together. Your involvement is what makes this community special and helps us grow. Thank you for being part of the Stoic in Your Life community. Remember, the journey to a serene and resilient mind is ongoing, and we're here to walk it with you every step of the way. Until next time, stay resilient, stay serene, and continue to cultivate the virtues that make life truly fulfilling. See you in the next video.